a crochet along with me, Angie, in the yarn room. So we are going to be making this hat. I have not finished this one, and this one I am going to make a little strand of lights on here, so we'll get to that on another day. But today we're going to be working on the band, on this nice band. So I'm going to wait for some people to get in here, for everybody to have a chance to get in, and we'll start working on things. So what we're going to need is a tape measure, because you want to measure your head. But I do have some measurements that you can use the general measurements for hats and stuff like that. We're going to need a excuse me just a bit. We are going to need scissors, the measuring tape, and a 5mm hook. You can use whatever size, but you're going to have to, I think this is the best size. You could even go up to 6 if you wanted it more, I don't know, open, but I think this is the best one with a 4, this is a 4-weight yarn, yeah. And so I'm using the Mainstay brown yarn. Let's see, what's the name of this one? Does this have a name, or is it just brown? I don't see a name on here. Do you tell me if you see? Oh, acrylic yarn. Brown. It is just brown. Look at that. That's very creative. Okay, so we're going to be using brown in the Mainstay. And I also bought this other one, the Red Heart, but I thought it would be harder to see. So let's see. And I have been using this Mainstay brown. You can tell that it's the same one as the one in the hats. And this one is called Coffee. How appropriate. And it's the Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo. And I love this brown, but it's hard to see. So I'm going to work with this one here. And we're going to make this band today. If you're ready, grab all your stuff, and we're going to be starting soon. Okay, guys? Don't forget to leave me a like if you like this video, when you decide that you like it or you don't like it. Okay, so we're going to use our measuring tape, and what you're going to do is measure your head from the back of your head to your forehead, above your eyebrows or at your eyebrows, and measure that. And that's how long you want to make this band. Okay? Hello, Kaylee. You love crocheting? Great. Come on in. We're going to be making the band. And then next week we'll continue with that top part of the hat. And this is very, very easy. It is, I think, a beginner project. It may not look like it, but I think it is. It's just double crochets. You need to know how to make a chain, double crochets, half double crochets, and that's pretty much it, I think, but we'll go through it. So like I said, we're making this band first. Okay, so I already measured. Let me measure my head real quick. Let's see. Mine says 22. I have quite a large head. So I am going to make my band about 20 inches because, you know, it stretches, you know, and it'll stretch on your head. So let's see what this size is here. Let's see. This is 22. Yeah, it's kind of large. So this would be considered like an extra large. And then I think the large would be the 22, large adult. Let me see if I can find, no, let's see. Is there, okay. So here is, I don't know if you can see them all. Let's see. The sizes for the preemie, newborn, 6 months, 12. If you want to screenshot this, you can. So you see 22 is an extra large adult. And then we're going to be doing an adult. I'm going to be doing an adult 21 to 22. Okay, so 22 inches. No, 20. 20 inches is what I said. So that is a medium. Huh. Okay, I don't know. Alrighty, so we're going to get rid of that. Okay, we're back. Alrighty, guys, let's get started. So this band is 8 double crochets. So when we want to start our band, we start with a chain of 8 plus 2 because you want it to work up and then make your double crochets. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So we're going to make 10 chains. So if you're ready, let's get started. You're crocheting cat gloves, Zahara? Nice. You did this one, Shatika? Nice. Oh, okay, well, let's get started, guys. So I hope everybody's here that wanted to be here, and you make your chain the way you think it should be made, okay? The way you're used to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 for the turning chain. 1, 2. Now in the second chain from the hook, this one, not this one, but this one right here, we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, can you see that? Let's see if we can get the light on there. So 1, 2, right here. I always have self-doubt when I do this, you know what I mean? 1, 2, so that's a double crochet. So we should have like 8 double crochets at the end. That's a second double crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, I love a good center pull, people. I love a good center pull. I forget how many that was. 6. We'll count them in a minute. 7. Wait a minute. Do I have too many? We shall see. Maybe I started at the wrong. Okay, so we need 8 double crochets. I may have chained too many. Let's count. 1. See the little V up here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I miscounted. 7. I was correct. And then the last chain, make your double crochet, and there we have our first round. This is our first row. We're going back and forth, so it's called a row, not a round. So I'll let y'all catch up with me, and I'll catch up with you guys here, and I'll wait for you to do that. And I'll see what people are saying over here. Up next with Lamar, hello. Memnali, hello. Watching it work, Memnali, yay. So I'm just having this crochet along where we're making the band for the Christmas tree hat right here. All right, now that we're ready, this is what we're going to do. I like to hide my tail. I bring it up. I just bring it up. And I make a chain, 1, 2 chains, and then I turn my work. Now we're only going to be working on the back loops only. These, see these? These are the back loops. But there is an exception. The first one, we go through both of them. See how, let's see. This is the back loop. We're going to go through both the front loop and the back with a double crochet. So you yarn over, and I catch that tail because I'm going to wind it in here and weave it in. So that's 1. And it's 8. You can keep count of this and to make sure you're not getting off count, but it should be pretty easy. It's 8. Now we're going to work in the back loops only. See that? We're always going to work in the back loops only. And that's what gives us that nice little ribbing. Okay. That's 2, and I'm catching this tail yarn, so it's kind of like a little nuisance here. That's, how many do we have? Let's see. And just keep working in the back loop only. And what was your measurement for your head? Whatever the measurement is how long you want to make this band. Okay? And these are just double crochets in each of these stitches, the back loop only. Back loop only. And then we're going to go back and count this to make sure I do have 8 stitches. Now in the first one, remember we went into both stitches? Well, we're going to do that. We're going to make our last one into both stitches of this last stitch. And then we're going to count, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's wrong. I counted the wrong one. This is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now we chain 2. Turn our work and double crochet into both stitches on that first one. And now back loop only. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 'Let's make sure I counted correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this last one, we're going to go through both. 8. Okay. Now we're going to chain 2. Turn our work. And I'm just repeating this for you guys who are on a beginner level. You can just, listen to what I say, and it should, if I just repeat it over the steps that I'm doing. That was 1 crochet, and it was in both loops because it was the first one, and now back loop only. Double crochets all the way down until what? The last one. And what do we do with the last one? We go through both loops. Thank you for all those little hearts, guys, and thank you for the likes. If you like this live tutorial crochet along, well, leave me a like, why don't you? Okay, the last stitch. Chain 2. Okay, so we should have done something. So as beginners, and so we know which one it is, because even I get confused still, we're going to add our markers to our first stitch, which is going to be right here in both loops. Okay, we know that's our first stitch, right? So we don't get lost. So if you're unsure where your stitches are, just place a marker on your first one. And then back loop only. And this is going to make a beautiful little band for your headband. And you're going to make it your size. You want it to be pulled a little bit on your head. You don't want it too loose on your head. Let's see where we're at. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Is that right? Look, see, I'm always doubting myself. So don't feel like, you don't know what you're doing, because I still don't know what I'm doing after 40-something years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, I was counting wrong. How can that be? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back loop only. 7. Sometimes it looks like I have to go through here, both of these. You can see the 2 right there. I made them kind of tight, I believe. Okay, this is our last stitch. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to make our first in both loops, and then we're going to add our stitch marker. It's orange. They match my nails. It's time to get my nails done. Oops, dropped it. Because I need some Christmas nails. I think I want green like the Grinch. You know what I mean? I love the Grinch. So that's our first stitch. And now we went through both loops, and now we're doing the back loops only. And we're doing double crochets. And this is very beginner. You know how to do a single crochet. Well, this is a double crochet. You wrap it around your hook. You insert it in through your loop. You pull it out and you pull it up. And we got to pay attention to our tension, right? This is the size that we want our yarn and loops to be, okay? And then you come through 2 and you go through 2. And now when we placed our markers on here, we should not get lost, okay? And we should have a perfect count every time. You just go to the marker and replace the marker. There we go. And then we're going to count anyways just to make sure. And see, the marker is in there. We're going to go through there. I don't take it out because I always get afraid that I'm going to forget. Was that the place? Was this the place? How many did I do? Blah, 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 blah. So I leave it in there while I make the stitch. Yarn over, put it through there, and go through both loops at the beginning and the end always. You could just catch the back loops only on the first and the last ones, but then it would be really stringy right here. Okay, so now I chain 2, and I turn my work, and then I go into the first stitch, and I take my stitch marker off of here. It's always a little sketchy, holding the hook and trying to put this back on. I like those little ring ones, but they fall off of me. You know, the ones that you just put on and they just go through, they fall off for me. So how are y'all doing? How far have you gotten already? I'm going to wait for you guys to catch up if you need to, but this is what we're doing. If you're caught up with me, just keep going. And we want it to be the length. Obviously, this is only 4 inches, but we're going to want it. I want mine 20, okay? Hi, Nora. How are you? Alec. Hello. Melissa Meow. Hello. I remember you. Lena the nurse. Hello. What size is your hook? My hook is a size 5. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that. It has to be dog chewed or it does not work unless your dog has chewed on it. So just make this, it's simple. We're doing it over and over. That was 1, back loops only now. You see where the stitches are? We're just going to continue working here. We're going to stay on here. I'm going to stay on here with you until we finish this, and I'm going to show you how to close it up. We're going to talk a little bit. And with these markers in, we should not get lost, okay? We should not get off of our count, because those markers are keeping us nice and steady. Now I'm going into the last one. I should have put them on in the beginning, but, you know, I don't ever do anything like that. I make it hard on myself. Now I went through that where the marker is, and I went through both loops, and I stitched my last stitch. Now I'm going to make my first stitch on this round, turn my work, and go into the first 2 loops, make my double crochet, You're going to be tired of me talking, people. And now I'm going to replace my hook and put it into that first stitch. Yay, Angie, you're finally using your brains instead of just winging it, lady. So that's one. Thank you, Yuki. Thank you for liking my stream. Leave me a like. Ooh, I have 20 likes. Yay. Yay. And play with those little emojis on the side. I love it. I love it. It lets YouTube know that we're having fun over here. Okay, so just again and again, I'm going to be repeating everything just for those of you guys who need me to repeat it. If you don't need me to repeat it and you're tired of listening to me, just mute me for a bit, because it's going to be 1, 2, double crochet, and you know, the same thing, yada, yada, yada. Okay, we have our last stitch right there. We know it because we put that stitch marker in there. This is, we go through both of those loops to make your double crochet, chain 2, turn it around. You're going to go through that first double crochet, both of the loops, and then we are going to take this marker. I'm just going to drop that hook. Makes it easier on me. And, oh, don't come out. And we're going to attach it into that first. Well, it's kind of difficult to see it through because I'm looking at it through the camera, and I can hold it like that, and that's much better. Okay, there's my first stitch. Now I'm going to make all of the rest of them, and I'm just going to keep going and going and going. Who else is coming in here? Luna, hello. You're from Florida? Nice. I always consider Florida our little cousin down the way because I'm in Texas. So I feel like Florida is just a more sunshiny, wet version of Texas. That doesn't sound too hot, does it? Okay, so we're making the band a rows of double crochets in the back loop only, except for the first and the last stitch go through both loops. And it looks kind of funny, but you know, it works out. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Chain 2, turn my work, double crochet into the 2 loops of the first stitch. That's my first stitch, so let's move our marker over. See those 2 loops right there? Yeah, making that V, that's our first stitch. So that's 1, back loop only, 2, 3, 4. I know I'm going a little fast, my movements. Wait a minute, how much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, am I off count? 6. I am off count, guys. Let's see this. What happened? How did I get off count? Did I get off count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am off count. I'm going to make another one in this stitch. 7, and then I'm going to have 8 in my last stitch right here going through both loops. See, okay, so one thing I would like to teach you guys is that it's okay. We can fix whatever problem that we're having. I don't know where I lost it, or maybe I should go back. Let's see. I think it was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought that was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I haven't gone into that one. Or did I go into that one? I did. Okay, anyways, let's keep going, okay? I'm just going to keep going. You could just pull it out a little bit and find out where you went wrong, but I'm all for going with the flow. Did I do 2 already? I don't know. Now we're going to go into the first. I bet you I skipped one of the first stitch. Okay. We should be on track now. And you know what? Nobody's going to see that. Especially, I think that if I'm making them to sell, then I would pay more attention and, you know, and go back and work on that. And some of these are for sale. Some are for gifts. How come I can't put it in there? Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see the trouble I'm having here, people? It's okay. We all have troubles here with our little stitch markers. That's 1. Back loops only. 2, 3, 4. And if I'm off count here, I'm gonna frog it and see where I ended. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in both stitches there. Thank you for all my little hearts, guys. Ooh, look, I have 30 likes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that is my last stitch, chain 2. This is where I lost it, I bet. I didn't go into the first stitch here. Uh-oh, I forgot to yarn over because we're making double crochets. 1, move my marker. Kind of a nuisance, but you know what? It really does help, and it keeps us, well, I was saying we didn't have to worry, but I did get off count, didn't I? Dang it. All right, well, that's okay. Everything's fine. Look how it looks. It's very nice, right? Does it look odd? I don't think so. And we're just going to continue. So that was our first stitch. Now we're back loop only again now. So the middle 6 have back loop only. That's 3. That's 4. Oops. Let's try that one again. Yarn over. Insert into the back loop only. After this, I'm going to go catch up and see what y'all are talking about over here. I'm too busy crocheting. I can't see what y'all saying. Oh my gosh, I rhymed. Yeah, I'm that kind of nerd. I'm that kind of old. And so now we're going into our last stitch through both of them. Now I wonder if I can say that these will keep me on track, as long as I don't miss one of the stitches up here. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alrighty. Go into that first stitch, both loops. I told you you're going to get tired of me. Now we're going to move our stitch marker up to that first stitch we just made. Come on, stitch markers, do your job. And I'll try to keep my eyes peeled for the right stitches. 1. And then this is 2 in the back loops now. Okay, so let me see what y'all are talking about. What part of Texas? I used to live in Texas. I'm in the Houston, Galveston area. I'm having a great day. Hi, Ziad. Zia. I'm going to call you Zia, okay? We're making double crochets in the back loop only, and we're making 8 double crochet round after round. Every time we turn our work, we work in the back loops only, except for the first one and the last one. Mean Ghoul, you're in Galveston? Woohoo! Because you're one of the cool kids. Yep. Are you ready for Thanksgiving? Now I'm going into the back and the last one, and I'm going through all the both loops. And chain 2, turn it around. And we go into this first We can count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you're in doubt, it's right there. Let's see, that's too loose on there. Got to make sure that the tension, this stays where you can just move it in through there and it's not too tight and not too loose. Through both loops on the first one. Back loop only. So are any of you guys already done with the size that you want? You can just take a little break and wait for me to catch up. Because this is real, to me, I find this very relaxing. Just, you know, the same thing over and over. Back loop only, double crochet in the back loop only. And now on the last one, put it through both. Now periodically count, because you want to know that you have the right amount of stitches. That's how I found out I was off count here. It was here because I can tell. But it's okay, and I corrected it. So now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I counted the wrong one. Let's see. 1. Or is this 1? Why am I always second guessing myself? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I don't know. All right, Angie. Just go into the first one and stop overthinking stuff. Let's do that over again. My 2 chains. Wait a minute. Look, you're really going to see how the sausage is made here. Okay, we're going to redo our last stitch here. Going through both. It's really not that hard, people. I don't know what I'm doing that I'm making it so hard on myself. But if you if you don't have the right count, just add another one in there. If you have too many, skip a stitch. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I always have not enough, never too many. Okay, go into those first 2 loops to put my marker in. Life is so hard, people. Okay, chain, that was double crochet 2 in the same, in both stitches, now in the back loop only. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you know what's really good is that if you miss this, did I go through both? I don't know if I went. Oh, and I forgot to move it over. Look, I forgot that marker right there. Dang it. We're going through both loops on this last one. And we're going to do some counting because I might have missed something without moving this around. Why didn't y'all tell me? Were y'all screaming at me and I wasn't listening? 1, 2. Now we're going to make our first one in both loops. And we're going to add our stitch marker. Okay. 1. This is 2. 3, 4. Oh my gosh, I have 40 likes. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice, Angie. Staying on track. 1, 2, turn my work. Double crochet. Move my marker. dropping that hook. It's a nuisance. What a nuisance. Actually, I like it to stay in there because it keeps it from unraveling. Okay, that's our first one. Where's our next one? Right here. Wait a minute, did I split that yarn? No. It's double crochet, Angie. Yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I always get scared. 7. Oh my, did y'all hear my stomach? 7 and 8 through both of the loops. Chain 2. Gonna remove this already. Turn my work. One. And I'm going to put my hook into that first stitch right there. I'm glad I'm using this orange. It really is standing out. This thing isn't opened enough. I like bend it open a little bit and it'll go back to shape, but it opens the mouth just a little bit so I can stick it in there. That's 1, 2. What you guys doing over here? What y'all talking about? Sonia, hello. Sonia, I'm doing a crochet along and we're making the band for our Christmas tree hat back there. See that? And we're making the band. And what we did was we measured our head and we determined that what size we needed. I think I would take off, like my head measured at 22 because I have like a humongo head. I have some stories about how big my head is. And then I just took off a couple of inches or something. I want it. But you know what? Also, you don't even have to measure it. You can just take this when you get it long enough and put it around your head and see if it fits. Not yet. So we're going to keep going. Chain 2, turn our work, go through both loops. So that first stitch, that's how I lose stitches. I don't go into that first stitch. And then let's go and move our marker over. It's stuck. There is our first stitch right there. It's kind of a nuisance. If I didn't have to put those on, I'd be going real fast, people. But I have to put them on. It's safer to do it that way. It's like, you know, wearing your seatbelt when you get in the car. It's safe. Back loops only, people. Double crochets into the back loops only. It is Christmas time. I know we haven't had Thanksgiving yet, but we need to get a move on this hat if we want to wear it in December, right? It's already the middle of November. And chain 2, turn my work. See that first stitch right there? Right there. 1. It didn't stay, did it? That hook just has a mind of its own. It has a mind of its own. There's our first stitch right there. Another stitch marker you could use is a contrasting yarn, and you would just fold it up, and I think that might be easier for some people. It might be easier for me, but we'll go with the stitch markers because they're so pretty. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who is keeping up with me? Who is right at the same row that I'm at? You've been going row by row with me. That looks nice, right? I like it. Now, on the bottom, I do not add a single crochet, but you could make a single crochet all at the bottom to make it straighter if you want. But I like it the way it is. Chain 2, turn my work. You see that? That's one. Go through both. Let's put a marker in there. Well, I guess you don't get to see me today. You're just seeing the work, which is really nice, right? I think so. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 where the stitch marker is through both loops. And always make sure your tension is good. You don't want it too loose. Okay, now I'm going to measure this. We're going to see how long this is. I don't even think that it stays in the view here. 1, let's see. I'm at 12.5. So we still have a little ways to go. We're more than halfway done. I need it at 20. And then I'm going to put it on my head and see. I like it to be stretched because I have a big head and I'm making some of these to be a general size. So the general size 20 inches a head around. So that's like just the normal size head. I have a large head. So I tend to make them bigger. I try to make them smaller because of that. Now go through here. Put your stitch marker to keep me nice and steady. 1, 2 in the back loop. 3 in the back loop. 4 in the back loop. 5 in the back loop. 6 in the back loop. 7 and 8 through both loops. Hi, Darlene. How are you? We're making the band for this Christmas tree hat right here. If you weren't able to catch the very beginning, don't worry. This is going to be listed on, I'm going to make a new playlist on crochet. I think I do have a crochet along playlist. That's 2. I made 2 stitches, so I don't go in that second one. I go in the first one here. Did I go through both? Okay, good. 2, 3. So this should be in that playlist, so you can go back and look at it, and you can pause me. But right now we're live. If you have any questions, ask me. I'm using a 5mm hook, and you just make the band to go around your head. If you're making it for somebody else, you can measure their head, and depending how tight you want it to be, if you make it too loose, it's going to fall over their eyes. But and I did do that with mine that I have, and so I just is this the last one right here? Let's see. Is it? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's it. Oop, just wrap it around once for my double crochet. Go through both loops. Chain 2, turn my work, get my marker off of there. Go into the first 2. So this is just kind of, you get on autopilot, you know what I mean? You just keep going. And sometimes I have crocheted and I made like a super long band because I was just crocheting away. 3, 4. And if you want to make a lot of these and you plan on selling some, you know, what I did was I made a whole bunch of bands. And then I could sit down and do the hat part, which we're going to do next time we have our live. I'm not sure what day it will be, but I will start working on the green part of the hat, okay? The Christmas tree part. Right now we're working on its little stump. And this should be number 8. Chain 2. Turn your work. In this first chain right here, this first stitch, you make your double crochet, and that's your first stitch. And on that top of the stitch where the V is, we put our stitch marker. Come on, let's see. I don't want to go, I want to go through both of them, but it's kind of getting hooked. Maybe I had it too tight, who knows. That felt better. That felt better. 1. What did I do? Oh, guys, thank you for all those likes. I'm at 52. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I have to do it again. I undid it. So this is my first stitch. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 stitches. That's my first stitch. I'm going to make a second stitch, the one in the back loop only, because I struggle with using these thingity things. I know I should use the ones that are open, so I just open that a little bit. So I know I'm in the first stitch, and I have 2 stitches here, so that's the first one. I would love to see you guys, what y'all have done. If you're making this, just leave it on my channel and go to my channel. What is it called? The post, community posts, and show me what you've made and what the progress is. If you have any questions, if you're having any problems, please let me know. Ask me. I'll help you. I'm going to go and read all the comments right now. Let's see. We're going into that last one. I'll leave the marker as is. I hate when I catch it and it splits. 1, 2. Okay. Hi, Shima. How are you? Yes, you can watch the full live later. It'll be on my playlist, I think, just on lives. You can press that little option, or you can go to playlists and look up Crochet Along, and I will put it in that playlist also. But you can catch it from the beginning and see how we did this. We made a chain of 10 because we want 8 double crochets. The extra 2 chains are for our turning up, and you go into the second chain from the hook. And then you just go back and forth, back loop only, except for the first loops and the last loop, you go through both loops. It just gives it more of a sturdy feel. And that's what we're doing. So now I've chained 2, and let me pull some of this yarn out. And first stitch, go through both. And then your second one, do the back loop only. Let's move our hook. Our little, what do you call the stitch marker? Stitch marker. I like it because they're little hearts. So I know I have 2 stitches, so I'm going into the first stitch there, right there, to mark it so we don't get lost. Believe it or not, 45 years of crocheting and I'm still lost. I still don't know what I'm doing. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, double crochet, Angie, 7. Now, if you didn't catch the beginning, I got off count and I thought my stitch markers were going to save me, but you do still have to count to make sure because I still missed a stitch going around. So there, we insert into this stitch right here. I'm letting you see where I'm at so you can see. Because if I would have gone into this stitch right here, I would have been off count. I would only had 7. So 1. And whatever you do, you just do it through the whole piece. If you ended up making 6 and you want to keep it like that, or 7, you can do that. I try to fix it, but I don't like to frog it. So that's 2 stitches right there. So let's put this in our first stitch. Are y'all tired of me talking already? 1, 2. Is my bracelet bothering y'all? Can you hear it? I don't ever hear it anymore, so that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. 5. 6. 7. Should we measure again? I don't think that we're there yet, but let me measure again. Always measure, because like I said, sometimes I go crochet happy and I end up making like the headband to fit 2 people. 1, 2 chains. Okay, so I'm not going to move my marker yet. $18, almost. We want it at 20 right here. So that's how much more we need to go. If you have a smaller head, you're going to need, you can go back. I put on, I had on the screen some hat sizes, or you can just Google it, crochet hat measurements. Okay, turning, we already did our 2 chains. Yarn over, go through the first stitch. Yarn over, go through the back loop. So now that I talked about my bracelet, it is bothering the heck out of me. So I'm going to do something to remedy that issue right there. So I'm putting it in the first stitch. Angie. All right. So I have these socks that I bought at the, look at Ursula, I love her. I have these socks that I bought at the Dollar Tree. And I just made them into little gloves. I want her to look at me, so I'm going to put my hand in here. And in my pinky over here. I just cut a hole and crocheted it, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to stuff my bracelet into here. That way, oh, look, see, no more. It doesn't jingle anymore. And, yeah. Alrighty. Where are we going? That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the last one, 8. I love when it's a center pull. It makes me so happy. How about you? Okay, yes, you can watch the full video live. I think I said that before. Your favorite fashion queen, hello. And gone, hi, what type of yarn do you use for bags to make it sturdy? I always use Red Heart, and it's a medium 4. And I'm using the Walmart brand for this one, and it is also a 4. Does it have it on here somewhere? Did I miss it? There it is right there. And this one's called Brown, and it's just mainstay. And I am, there are a lot of people who like very soft yarns and stuff. I don't really. Once you wash these hats, they become soft. 1, 2. You're making a frog for love? Wow. Post it on my community page. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. You guys, if y'all are in here and you want to drop your channel, you want somebody to go and visit your channel, just type in the word drop, D-R-O-P, and you can drop your link here and people can go check out your channel and see if they like you. 62 likes. Lovely. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shima. I'm glad you're good, Shima. You're only on row 8? Okay. And I'm not really counting rows because I'm doing it by measurement. And so counting by rows is great, but I'm not going to give you a row count. You're going to have to determine how big. You can either do it by using your measuring tape or wrapping it around your head. If you're only making one for yourself, wrap it around your head. That is my advice. Don't know. Who else is here? Dinah. Hi. Jola, hello. Melissa, drop. Go check out Melissa's channel and see if you want to follow, people. See if you want to follow. Okay, I have a little goal. I want to get to 70 likes. If you're liking this live tutorial crochet along, double tap the screen if you're on your phone or press the thumbs up. So is this the last one? Sure is. I didn't count, so I'm going to count on the next one. Yeah, thank you for all my hearts, people. I must have done this one pretty tight. I don't know why I couldn't put my hook through there. I know it's because the stitch marker is still in there. Okay, chain 2, turn it around, first stitch. Are y'all able to see these stitches? Do I need to move it around a little bit? Okay, so I made 2 stitches. Time to move my stitch marker up to the first stitch. So that's 2 in the back, 1 in the back loop. So 2, back loop only, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay, I think I'm going to be on count. 6, 7. See, if I didn't have this stitch marker here, I would be guessing, is that this last stitch? So it's always good to have it in there. Just so for peace of mind and, yeah. It lets me stay sane. Chain 2, first stitch, go through both loops. Second stitch, back loop only, all the way down to the end. And let's move our marker. One, two. Put it in number 1. That's 2. Let me count. 2, 3 double crochets in the back loop only. 4 double crochets in the back loop only. 5 double crochet in the back loop only. 6 back loop only. 7 back loop only. 8 in both loops of that stitch, just to give it some sturdiness. Chain 2. So I'm just showing you where I'm putting it, so you know you can look up every now and then, and if you're unsure of where to put it. Back loop only. Open it kind of wide. It makes it easier for me. This is the first stitch. Second stitch. Can y'all see that really well? And work along with me. Oh, LSS, hello. We're working on a band for our Christmas tree hat. This is not fully finished yet. It's going to have Christmas tree lights around it. But it's such a cool hat, and we're working on the band. I have a tutorial on my channel, but we were talking, and I wanted to make another one, and it was suggested that I do a crochet along. So that's what we're doing here today. We're making the band. That's the only thing we're going to be making today, and I'm going to show you how to close it and finish it off. Measure it to your head if you're making it for yourself. Measure it to your child's head if you're making it for them. If you're making them to sell or just a general size for adults, I posted in the very beginning, I had a little green screen of a chart, but you can always Google it. You can always Google crochet hat measurements, and they will give you a chart, and then look at all the images. You know what I mean? That's 1. Now we're going in the back loop. And I keep repeating because there are people who are jumping in, and sometimes, you know, beginners need a little bit more help. And there's 2 stitches, and I'm going into the first stitch, marking that first stitch so we do not get lost. Believe it or not, I'm lost all the time. Oh, I came out of there. So that's number 2. Back loops only. In the center, 6 double crochets. And on the front and the back, you go through both loops. Just for sturdiness, if you don't want to do that, you could just go through the back loops on all of them. But you're going to notice that it's going to be really like stringy. And I just do not like that. This is number 7. And this is number 8, right there at that stitch marker. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Chain 2. Don't make this too tight, don't make it too loose. Wrap it around once for your double crochet. Go through the first. I hear something moving around. I hope it's not a bug. That's really going to be distracting me here. If you hear me scream, you know it's a bug. I think one time on one of my live videos, or one of my videos, I thought there was a bug or something flew onto me, and I screamed. I remember, and it was only yarn. It was only yarn. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for my little hearts, guys. Ooh, I have 77 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. I lost count, but I think when I reach to my marker, I'll have the right count. I'll catch the next row. This has to be 6 and 7 and 8. If not, I'll find out on this next row. Okay, so when we started this, we made 10 chains. In case you're just coming in and you're a fast little crocheter, you can catch up to us, or you can continue just watching and, you know, watch it again later to watch the beginning. But we made 10 chains because we wanted 8 double crochets. When you make 10 chains, you'll come to 8, and then you'll make the 2. They come up, and then that creates a post for you to keep. That does not count as a stitch. It's just a step up is what I like to call it. Okay, so we're going through the first 2 loops in that stitch, double crochet, and then we're going in the back loop only for all of the stitches except for the last one. We go through both. Let's move our marker. We made 2 stitches, so put it in the first stitch, which is this one right here. If you get confused, like sometimes I do, just do the 1 stitch and then you know that it's that stitch and you just put it in. All right. Does that make sense to you? Okay. What y'all saying in here, people? Melissa, I use stitch markers a lot, especially when making a big chain. I have kids always asking questions. I lose my count. I know it, right? I totally get it. Okay, I missed a lot of people here. Chloe, hey, are you crocheting with us, Chloe? We're making a band for our hat, our Christmas tree hat. If you missed the beginning, don't worry. It will be on my channel and you'll be able to see it again, okay? Frank, Lena, Franklin, and Sophie. Sorry. Franklin and Sophie, hello. Welcome in. Amy, hello. We're making the band for our Christmas tree hat. You were working on one, right, Amy? Ooh, I have 80 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. That's number 2. 3 double crochets. I'm being very repetitive here, Amy, for our crochet along. Today, we're only going to be making the band, and I'm going to show you how to complete it. Next time we do our crochet along, what day should I do it? Mondays is my Yarn Talk Monday. So sometime next week, I'll put it in. I'll let y'all know, but I'll try to do it, and we will probably do start the ruffle part and going up, and I'm going to show you a little diagram, I think, that will show you how we start decreasing. So you start decreasing immediately right here. And so I'm just going to tell you a little bit. So in the first stitch, because we're going to make when we come back and attach it, we're going to make a single crochet band around here. And we're going to increase in each stitch. Then you're going to make a row of double crochets, and in the next row of double crochets, you're going to decrease after 10 stitches. And it doesn't matter if there was enough to make it even at 10. I'll show you how to work around that. Alrighty. Chain 2. Oh, maybe we should measure already. See, I'm going crochet happy. So let me see. Where's the beginning? Right here. Don't stretch it, but just work your tape measure all the way down. Did I go over? I'm at 20. I went over a little bit. You see that? I'm at 21 right here. I wanted it at 20. So I'm going to have to pull back to right here. Let me move my... I knew I was going to go crochet happy. Let's measure again, just to make sure. See that? Oh, am I at 20? Dang it. I almost unraveled the whole freaking thing. I'm at 20 and a half. Let me take one row out. Okay. Yahoo! Okay, so now here we are. This is the length that we wanted, minus 20. You finish and make it as long as you need. And you can wrap it around your head and see if it works for you. We're going to put these two things together. And what I like to do is go ahead and match them up. And you're going to make 8 single crochets. I go back into that first stitch as if I'm making a another stitch. And I go and find the first one here. And I just bring my yarn. Where's my yarn at? My yarn's here somewhere. I just bring it up and I pull it through both and I make a single crochet. And you're going to make 8 more. You're going to match these, okay? So these were your first chains right here. So you're going to go into both. And you are going to go through that stitch. That's 2, 3, I hope I have 8. I was going to just single crochet. 4, 5, 6, 7, and I want to make sure I get to the end here. So I always fudge. So I put it in through my 8th stitch here, and I look at it. I just put it in here somewhere because I don't want it to be like uneven. Let's see if that works. Sure does. Now this is going to be the inside seam of your band, okay? So I make a chain, a stitch, and then I'm going to turn it this way. So this is our inside now, where we closed it off, and this is our outside, and now we can continue working down this way. Now, this was always difficult for me to decide where to put my stitches, but we're making double crochets. If you're making single crochets, you would just put one. So I just put it in through an opening here, and I make a single crochet. And if you want to mark that first one, which might be a good idea, right? That's your first single crochet right there. So we know where to attach our next one. Our last one, actually. Oh, okay. Scissors, get over there. Tape measure. How do you like my little tape measure? Isn't it cute? A little cappuccino. Whee! I get these at Cracker Barrel. I have a collection. This is my first one. This is my frog out of his behind. I like that it makes that noise. Woo! 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 Okay. Back to this. Stop having fun, Angie. Okay, so I made 1 single crochet. In this stitch right here, I'm going to make another single crochet. You could just find a little spot. And the reason I'm doing this is because when we start this green, I don't like to start the green on the brown, and you can see where it's kind of uneven. Right now, you can, you won't see it. So it goes in with the brown, right? So you can put them wherever you want. And don't put too many, 1 per stitch, 1 per row. Does that make sense? Let's look at it. Let's see what I've done. So I put 1 here. I put 1 for here. Where did I put them? That's stitch, 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 stitch. So kind of like that, okay? Now, at the end, down here, this is the top. Now, this is the bottom. If you're going to want a more finished look, you can do this to the bottom after you're done. But I generally do not because I like the way it looks there and the way it feels whenever you're stretching it out and putting it on your head. Alrighty, let's see. I'll just let you watch me, and we're just going to go around the whole band, okay? There's those. Oh, I double crocheted or half double crocheted. I'm not wrapping around. I'm just making single crochets. Here was a row. Generally, I think I put like 2 per row because it's a double crochet, right? So, and if it doesn't look right, then I don't. If it looks like it's getting too curly, don't want that, okay? So just watch me and do what I do. Follow me. Music lover, hello. Hello, HLO. Thank you, Melissa. Karen Smith, hello. Come on in. We're crocheting a band for our Christmas tree hat back there. Right now, we're almost finished with this, and that will conclude our crochet along. And I'm so happy that someone suggested that. I can't remember who it was on my last live I did. And so when we come back next week, we're going to start working on the hat, the tree part. So if you want to make a whole bunch of these, make a whole bunch of bands while you're waiting for the next live crochet along. Here we go. We're just winging it, people. We don't have a certain stitch that we need to reach. And I'm going to show you why. This is how I do it. Fly by the seat of your pants. This is your learning from Angie, who, yes, she works it out. And I just go by feel. And you can kind of go also. It's pretty much 2 stitches per row. But I kind of gauge it and make it even like this without even looking at it. I just put my hook in there and put a stitch. See what I mean? I usually always put it in that one. That's the easiest one. And there's that next one. So I hope that you got what I was saying here, how to make this band. It's very easy. So double crochets, and you need to make a chain and double crochets. Not right now, but when we were making the band. Right now we're making single crochets on the band. And we're working our way around. You see the markers coming up. The markers coming up. Oh, y'all didn't get it? Do I sell any of mine? Yes, I just had a market last week. And I made snowballs. And I'm not doing any more no more markets. No more markets because I'm old and it takes a lot of work. And that means I have to get Eddie to help me, my kids to help me. And I just made a half double crochet there. Let me go back. I hear something out there. What is it that's making that noise? I think that's a bush. Okay, so single crochets, single crochet, single crochet. And so as far as selling my stuff, yes, I do, but through my daughter. She has her little business of organizing markets and selling her items. She crochets also. My other daughter, Allegra, that is on this channel with me sometimes, she crochets also. But she did a market with me last weekend, and she did really well. She doesn't have to sell too many because she sells her cardigans. And so, okay, here we come. Look. There it is. There's our first. I would have missed it. So it's good to mark it. You just kind of have to decide here. See, we're back where we closed, but you want this to be closed here. So I'm just going to go into here somewhere and make a single crochet. And then I'm going to go into that first stitch with a slip stitch. And then what I do, I learned this from someone on YouTube. They make 2 chains. And then they cut it off. They were teaching a granny square. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And I know it looks like, why do you have that there? Because you can put your thumbnail on there and you pull this and it brings a stitch down. And then now I like to bring it through to the front, bring it through to the back. And so I'm doing a general of weaving in the ends kind of here, you know. And so whenever we go to the green, it will also hold this in. So it will not come out, okay? And you can backtrack if you want to bring it back going the other way. That's a pretty simple little technique, I think. And always leave it going inside, okay? I think I'm gonna cut it a little bit shorter. And then when I work the green, I'll capture that. So now we have our band. And you're gonna weave this in. Actually, you don't have to weave this in, because remember in the very beginning, I was weaving it in as I crocheted into my stuff. So all you have to do is cut that, not too short, leave it, you know. And so now you have your band, and this is where you attached it. This is the least attractive side. So always make this the back or something, okay? Or if you're gonna put something on the band, put it right there so it hides that side. But now we have our band, guys. Okay, so let's count how many rows we did end up. So where's our seam? Here's our seam right here. And this is 2 of them, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Where is the end? Where is the end? Did I mess it up? 22. Where's the join? Oh, there it is over here. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 34, 35. I have 35 rounds. So every one of these counts as 2. I like that. How do y'all like that? So when we come back next time, be ready with some green. I got this green, which is the mainstay. Like I said, Walmart, I like things to be very affordable for everyone to crochet. Once you learn how to crochet, you can move on to some better yarn, whatever you consider better, fancier, whatever. I love this yarn. I use it all the time, along with the Red Heart. But get some green, the green you want for your hat. Pretty much the same, although this was, I think this was Red Heart. I don't remember. Anyways, but we're using this. Oh, you know what this was? This is the Dollar Tree green. Forest, I believe. So get that. Keep your same hook, which is a 5mm. And remember, it has to be chewed up by a dog to work really well. Just kidding, people. I have 89 likes, guys. Give me one more like. 90, please. I'm a begging. Yes. Thank you for dropping your channels here. Thank you, Melissa. You're so welcome, Melissa. You're so welcome. So be ready. Next time, we will be working on the green part, and I will show you that. We probably will not finish it, but you will know how to finish it, you know, by the time we're done. And make a whole bunch of these if you want to make them. Just practice, make it better than me, make it better than you did the first time if you have, this was your first time. So let's measure this again now with my thing. Let's see how it's doubled up. So it's 1 to 10. Yeah, look. So double that up. 20. Woohoo! Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and making this band with me and this crochet along. If you missed it and you want to do it from the beginning, please go to my channel, and it should be in the live tab, or look for the playlist that says Crochet Along. So, love you guys. Thank you. Bye from Angie in the Yarn Room. Go crochet more. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Bye, people.